Welcome. This is how to research, use online databases in citations correctly and with confidence. The Miss Meaders guarantee. I'm not sure what I'm guaranteeing. Don't hold me to that. Okay, so this is part 3. This is my chronological tips for writing a research paper. So this is not at all an expert way to do this, but this is just how I've always done it, and it's proved me pretty well in the past, in college and in grad school. So the first thing I do is I open up a new Google Doc. So Google Documents. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to go for a blanking. And I'm going to start by collecting sources like a crazy person. So like I've already shown you, I'm going to get on Galileo, and I want to write my research paper on Agatha Christie. You guys can't do that because y'all have a whole different topic, but since I'm the boss, I get to do what I want. So it saved the password justice for me. The password does change, but that's what it is right now. And I'm going to look at Agatha Christie. Here we go. And I'm going to just start collecting sources. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And let's see. First of all, I'm going to try to pique my interest. Since I don't have a topic, I'm going to find something that's like an interesting topic. So, this looks good. A periodical about the truth will come out. The literary world was, mysterious amnesia real or revenge on her cheating spouse? Yeah, so I do know a little bit about this. So I'm going to research Agatha Christie when she went missing. So I'm going to start collecting sources. So this looks pretty good. So I want to do the full text here. Please, Galileo, please. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy the URL, and I'm going to put it in my document. So what I like to do is, as I'm collecting these resources, I have 2 columns here. So these are the steps that I like to use, and there's only 4, so it's not a hard thing to do. But as I do step 1, it's great to start putting your stuff into MLA. Even if you don't end up using the resource, it's good to just have it organized and decide what you're looking for. So I don't spend a whole lot of time reading at this point what I'm looking at. I just want to keep finding more and more stuff. And the idea for this is that I want to give myself as many options as possible. Mystery. So let's see, search that, and then I'm going to search for, I don't want any books, right? I can't read a book right now. Actually, this is a great time to read a book, but I'm going to say I just need to look at some articles on this. So I'm going to narrow that down. Secret fair play. Okay, I don't know what that is. That looks interesting. So PDF full text. And basically, I want to see the whole document, not just the preview. So I'm going to copy that. Boom. And then so this is where, like, if I'm looking at this, when I revisit this after I collect all of my research, I want to know what exactly I'm looking at. And that's why I've recommended that you put it into your MLA. So first, I'm not even going to worry about MLA. I'm just going to write the title of what this is. So this is article called Agatha Christie's, oh my gosh, Secret Fair Play, whatever that means. Okay. So I'll just keep collecting until I am overzealous when it comes to just finding stuff, because this is easy, right? Just like collecting URLs of things that could be relevant. So I might do 10 to 15 of these and find as many resources as I can during step 1. All right, so 10 to 15 is a lot. So step 2, and this is where, if you look over here, you spend the most time on step 2. Step 2 is set aside time to read. You want to be an active reader and annotate. Sometimes I get a couple paragraphs into an article and realize it's not really at all what I'm trying to research or talk about, so I don't read it. You have 10 to 15 resources, so you have opportunities. So a good research paper is going to be based on a minimum of 3, and I would say for this research paper, you need 3 to 5, okay? And then step 3, decide what should be directly quoted and what should be synthesized. And this really goes with step 2. As I slowly read through these documents, I'm going to make decisions already about like, ooh, I really like this line about Agatha Christie. I want Miss Meaders to see this line because I can't say it better than that. But then also, while you're reading a bunch of different research from different people in different times about your person, you're going to synthesize, right? There's some things that are going to be said by everybody. If you're doing Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote the first one during this date. That's not going to change, right? So you can synthesize that information. That doesn't come from you, but it comes from a bunch of different sources. So you can synthesize that, okay? And then step 4 is when you finally start writing. A common misconception of writing a research paper is that it's mostly about writing, but really, and I want you guys to really change your way of thinking about this. You want to spend the most time on steps 1 through 3, finding good sources, reading those good sources, and then deciding what's to be directly quoted and what's to be synthesized. All right. You want to have 3 to 5 good quotes that are not your wording, but the wording of someone else. And then you want most of the paper to be that synthesis. So you want to find articles that kind of agree with each other that are fact, right? So this is all about you learning about somebody and then just kind of almost summarizing what you've learned to me. This is also my tip for you, is to collect quotes as you go, but keep them with their correct source. This will save you time and frustration. So as I read, maybe I read 1 article a day, because that's just like way more than plenty. And this one's 19 pages. So this is going to take me a good day to get through. Okay. So I'm going to read, and then as I go, I'm going to be like, oh, this is a great sentence. I'm going to copy that. And then I want to save it directly under or near what the source it came from, because later when I have to cite it, I really want to know where this quote came from. Okay. And if I have to go back and find it, that gets really complicated. So these are my tips. It's all about staying organized beforehand so that you do way less work towards the actual writing of your paper. I want you guys to collect a lot of sources. I want you to read very carefully a few sources, and then really be selective on what you choose to include in your paper. By the time you get to step 4, it should be easy. It is the goal, right? You know so much about Sherlock that the page requirement I sent out is like ridiculous. You're like, oh, is it okay if I have 8 pages? Because I just learned so much about him. Okay? So this was step 4. Now I'm going to get into the details about citations in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Love you with my whole heart.